Hey Cancer, welcome to 3 Rabbit Tarot, and thank you so much for joining us for your weekly reading for the week of March 14th to the 21st. We're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to get an idea of your general energies for this week, as well as like where things are heading for you, what kind of challenges that you're going to face. If you haven't checked out your monthly reading for the month of March, then it's going to paint a whole picture. Go check that out. We're going to link it down below for you. So that's going to paint a whole picture for the month, and then all these weekly readings are just plugging right into that. So Cancer, getting started here though with your general energies for this week, we have the Queen of Acorns card talking about passion and creativity. And I've seen recently a Cancer who is like balancing responsibilities, and like you're kind of I don't know, you're walking away from certain leadership roles that you don't need to be in anymore, and because of that, you feel a little bit apprehensive. You think that, you're kind of worried that people are going to look down on you for walking away, even though they probably know you don't need to be here anymore. You've outgrown this position, and this is you. I think that you're in a more confident position this week, kind of walking away. You're starting to understand these people, these organizations, these leadership roles, whatever you walked away from, they're going to be okay. Like, you've set them up well enough. So if they completely mess everything up, Cancer, it's not on your shoulders. It's not your fault. It's kind of more so on them. Because you've set everything up perfectly, right? So now you have like a lot of like this passion because you're clearing up so much time for yourself right now. You're starting to look at other things that you can start to do, Cancer. Here is as like a challenge that you're going to be facing. That's a little interesting. We have the Magician card. Really rarely comes up in my readings. A super rare card. So this is you. Maybe the challenge that you're facing right now is just finding a way. You have all of these tools at your disposal. You spent a lot of time like manifesting a lot of great things into your life, building up this arsenal of like weapons and tools building up this arsenal of weapons and tools to confront new challenges in your life. But maybe right now you have all this creativity, you have the passion to move forward, but you're not sure like what tools you're gonna need for this next phase of your journey because things are like a little murky right now. Like you're kind of like in this transition period right now. So you haven't quite entered that new like chapter of your life, Cancer. So I wouldn't be too worried about like knowing, like what tools you're gonna need, what tools to like be at your disposal. When you get there, you'll get there and you'll work it out. Like Cancers are like really resilient people, so I think that you'll be all right. Here in your recent past, we have the Queen of Pentacles card. So you're definitely having a nurturing energy right now towards somebody. I think that you've been focusing less on the grind and on work and leadership roles and focusing a little bit more on people who matter the most to you, like friends, family members. So this is you really tapping into that energy. You have so much to give to these people. So right now you've taken a back seat to like those leadership roles, but you're focusing more on those people and like just really cherishing them right now. Going into the future though, you're gonna still bring a lot of fiery energy into what you're doing, a lot of youthful, passion. And I say naive when the Page card comes up, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean naive in the grandest sense of somebody being naive. It's about you have the tools at your disposal, and you're naive because you're not jaded. You don't feel like bogged down like other people do. You have like this youthful kind of like creative energy going into something, Cancer. So Cancer, this is you really maintaining that energy, maintaining like that youthful, this is you just maintaining that naive kind of sense of exploration for the world, like really wanting to learn more about everything. So I really love to see that. I mean, that's a great energy to have, especially with how accomplished. The Cancer readings have been great. So if you have like that sense of like you don't feel jaded by anything, you've been through all these leadership roles, and you still don't feel jaded, I mean, that's great. A good spot to be in. Cancer, here in your area of external, like how you're kind of presenting yourself to the world in the area of above, we have the King of Wands card. So you definitely have like a lot of strong creative energy right now, and that's really going back to this Acorns card here. Just like a lot of like strong, fiery, creative energy. And I think it's because you're starting to look around at new things that you can do. And these new things might be like way more exciting than what you've been doing in the past. Here in your area of below, we have the Two of Cups card. So you're really feeling supported right now from friends, from loved ones especially, and you're really starting to merge interests here with somebody. There's somebody in your life right now who you're beginning to work on this project with, and you have certain skills and talents, and they have certain skills and talents, and you're starting to merge those two things. And that could be where a lot of this creative energy is coming from. There's some new, some sort of creative project here that you're getting started on, Cancer. Here in your area of advice, we have the Five of Swords card. And in your area of external factors, we have the Seven of Wands card. As far as like an area of like advice with the Five of Swords card, saying that you probably shouldn't feel too deterred right now by, continue to walk away. I think that your last week's reading was all of like you just being like a little apprehensive about walking away from certain leadership roles. And I see you, despite that, you're still walking away. You understand you don't belong there anymore. But I think that at the back of your mind is still kind of bothering you. So the advice card here is to kind of let a little bit of those concerns go, and you can find new ways to keep up with these people as well. Here in your area of external factor, we have the Seven of Wands card. You've been in an area of relaxation and transition for a while. But I think that a lot of stuff is going to fly into your life really soon, Cancer. So I'd be on the lookout for that. And it's really good that you're setting aside more time for something else, because you're kind of opening yourself up to really face these new obstacles and to take on these new opportunities. Here in your area of hopes and fears, Cancer, we have the High Priestess card. So definitely a lot of like confusion right now. I see you as just being in a state of confusion. You're moving between two different worlds right now with the High Priestess card. These two pillars are really standing out to me. This is you moving from one world, moving into the next world. But the High Priestess card is all about like the state of confusion at the same time. Like you're just not sure. On a regular High Priestess card, there's like a veil behind them, and you can't see beyond the High Priestess. Whereas with like a lot of the other cards, those court cards, you can see beyond the pillars behind them, but with the High Priestess, you can't. There's like this veil behind them. So I see Cancer right now is just feeling like a little bit worried about, you just can't see the future right now. Like you know that you have the energy to tackle anything, but you can't even expect like what's on the horizon right now. But I think that there are big things on the horizon for Cancer. And with your outcome, we have a super positive card to end on with the Nine of Pentacles. This is you being in a garden that you've grown. I mean, this is you flourishing right now and sharing that with other people. So we have like the two birds up here, we have the snail. All these things are coming together right now because of the garden that you've grown. Like you've grown these great leadership positions. You've helped out so many people. And now everybody's flocking around you, and you're beginning to move into this new phase of your life where you have all this support that you need. And you have all this support that you need right now to tackle something amazing. So Cancer, here at the end of the reading, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So if you want to pause the video, we're going to think of 1, 2, and 3. So Cancer, for your first question, I have a definite yes. For your second question, I have a yes. And for your last question here, I have a maybe. So Cancer, if this reading resonated with you, also check out your sun, moon, and rising. And again, thank you so much for joining us, Cancer. If you haven't subscribed down below, please subscribe because that helps us out the most. And Cancer, we'll see you next week.